let's look at data on how Americans are viewing this situation and how that's shifting. So this is from 538. And where's the chart? Here it is. So this is the percent of Americans who either are very or somewhat concerned about COVID-19. And you can see here that the chart goes from all the way on the left around Feb 2nd to pretty much a week ago. And as you can see, early all the way until really middle or end of Feb, really early March, most Americans did not say they were even somewhat concerned. Oh, actually, you know what? Rock, you make a good point. Would you guys mind? I have a little, like I mentioned, I have a little cold. But again, I have a runny nose, and unless the virus has mutated, like I just have the flu. But I'm going to just refill my water, and I'll be right back. But while I do that, you can look at this chart, and you can see how until really, frankly, mid-March or early March, like a week or two ago, most Americans did not think this was a big deal. And I'll let you guys in the chat discuss why you think most Americans were not concerned about this. I think you know who I think is at fault. But anyway, let me get my water. I'll be right back. All right. So, whoa, stop sharing. Okay, here we go. We're back. So that basically shows you that now majority of Americans are concerned about this. And let me just see. Yeah, YBAN is saying that it's because people said it was host. And oh, my brother Peter is here, who is MAGA. And he says that I like to blame the president. Well, I like to hold our president accountable for leading the greatest country in the world and being very competent and data-driven. But I appreciate how many people may say that that is too unrealistic. Now, let's look here at, speaking of Trump, I think I have a bigger chart with his approval rating. Here we go. The Trump approval rating. Look at this. Okay. Here you have on the left-hand side, you see the dip in the approval rating around the impeachment time, sort of around October. And that's to be expected. You know, the guy's getting impeached. They're talking about all the funny business with the Ukrainians and the help from the Russians and quid pro quo and holding military aid and all that good stuff. But then he kind of like recovers after the after the oh, wait a minute. This dip was not during the impeachment. The impeachment is around here in towards the middle of this chart. I think the impeachment was they wanted to get it done before the end of the year. So it was around here. This might have been just like, oh, he's been elected and people are not sure about him kind of time. This here in the middle, whoops. Ooh, look at this. Yeah, here we go. Now we got the dates. So he dipped to about 39% around, this is impeachment time. I think when he was around here was just sort of early, you know, when he had like all of the people resigning or firing people, whatever, you know, when he was going through the first or second cohort of his cabinet. But what's more important is if you look here, like this is the middle of the crisis and it's March 20th. He has 43% approval. And he had 43-ish% back in the summer. And then he had dipped down to 39 during impeachment, but then came back up to 42. So his supporters, you know, are pretty locked in. Like, I'm not sure what he could do to lose their support, because frankly, like, geez, he's what more what more can he screw up when it comes to this crisis? This is just looking at other presidents' kind of approval rating over time. You know, like you could see after the same amount of days, Obama had a 48% approval rating. Trump's at 43. Bush had a 48. Trump's at 43. Clinton was 52. Wow. Good old Bill Clinton. HW actually, okay, so Trump is more popular than George Herbert Walker Bush, which if you're a Trump supporter is good news, because as we remember, George H.W. was not reelected. People loved Reagan at this point. He had 54% approval. So Trump is probably closer to more like a Jimmy Carter in terms of his approval rating. Yeah, I don't think we need to go that far back. Whoa, Dwight Eisenhower. My God, 72% approval rating. That's crazy. And then Kennedy had a 58. So TLDR, people who support Trump, they are going to support him pretty much through thick or thin. I don't know, like, what needs to happen. Maybe if he really screws up. I mean, I kind of feel like he did really screw up this COVID thing. Like, he didn't stop the travel. He has not ordered enough emergency hospitals, ICUs. He hasn't ordered production of ventilators. He's giving medical advice about malaria medicine and then contradicting the head of the CDC, like, right in front of the guy. So to me, these would be grounds for saying I disapprove. But obviously, as my brother Peter would say, I'm always looking for reasons to disapprove of Trump. But Peter, it's not that hard. Any rate, okay, so now let's look at betting odds. Betting odds.